Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me, and I'm back. I'm back with the finale of What If Deku Had a Blood Quirk. Well, it's been a fun ride with this What If. I've had a lot of fun doing it, and I hope y'all have enjoyed it as well. And yeah, real quick off, shout out to my boy Saint for the music. Make sure to check in the description for the Discord, all that good stuff. And I think that's about it. I think we're ready to continue on. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the what if. Let's get it. Finally, Izuku, Toga, and Stain are reunited. Izuku, after all that mind control and long, hiatus from his normal things, he realizes how big of a threat he is, according to the heroes. Many see him as more of a vigilante than anything, but there are many out there that, seek him as a true villain. And one that he assumed would seek him out does so eventually. So he tells Stain and Toga that he'll be heading off once again, and he'll make sure not to get captured this time. He smiles, and Toga and Stain say that that's not a good idea, that they should be working together. But Izuku says that this will frankly be the last mission he wants to do. Then he'll be back for good. Izuku smiles and then leaves before they can say another word. But for some reason, they feel uneasy about this. They feel like Izuku is lying of some way. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Izuku's never been a clear-cut person. But we'll be seeing that very soon. This eventually leads to Izuku meeting up with someone by the name of Overhaul. By, the leader of the gang of the Shie Hassaikai. Overhaul is a serious criminal, one that heroes have been searching for a while, and Izuku wants to join him. More like Overhaul wants Izuku to join him. Why? I'm not so sure, but even Izuku doesn't know why either. But he wouldn't just give up this chance on, getting into the gang that Overhaul sees so righteous. The gang that he knows will give him enough power to put him away. Izuku began working for Overhaul, and some time passes, and Izuku finally knows where Overhaul is specifically, and where he's always going to be. He started getting trusted very much so by Overhaul and everyone else. Toga and Stain, they're not necessarily worried, but they're curious at what Izuku has in mind. He hasn't came back for a long time, and it doesn't seem like he is going to come back. Izuku waits and waits on as he slowly but surely gets more trust from Overhaul, eventually meeting, Eri, the person that they use to make these quirk erasing bullets. Izuku even knows that this is horrible. This is just horrendous. Why would someone do this? But he knows that Overhaul is far from a good person, far from a person that should be praised. So Izuku begins basically granting the heroes subtle hints, and eventually appears in UA. He approaches UA and alarms begin to blare, and everyone surrounds him. He puts his hands up and smiles. I'm not here to fight, but if a fight is what you want, a fight is what you'll get. I'm here to drop off information. Some of them refuse to budge an inch, but others say that they should hear him out, and Aizawa approaches him and puts out his hand. What do you want, kid? Pretty simple. I have information on the Shie Hassaikai, aka Overhaul. Actually, I have his location. So if you would like that, I can provide it. Izuku slaps his hand onto Aizawa, giving him a piece of paper. But I'll be leaving. Actually soon. But don't worry about me. I'll see you all very, very soon. Izuku heads off, and they're curious about how he knows of the location of Overhaul and how could they actually trust him. But Aizawa says that he wouldn't just come to UA for no reason. He wouldn't just show up out of nowhere. And a lot of people agree. Why would he do that? There's no reason for him to do so. So, they believe in this location. They take it to Night Eye's agency. With Mirio, Night Eye, and various other people on the case, they find out that this is actually where Overhaul is, eventually leading to the raid on the Shie Hassaikai base. And this goes relatively normal. Well, at least sort of. Izuku is with Eri and Overhaul, and he's been assigned to be the personal bodyguard of Eri herself, and he knows this is currently happening. Overhaul hears this ruckus, and he tells Izuku to get Eri out of there immediately. So he does. He picks her up and runs her out of the building, and then looks at her. "Do you really want to be here?" She shakes her head and begins to cry, and Izuku just smirks. "Yeah, I didn't think so. So, that's exactly where we're going. We're going away." Izuku takes off, and Overhaul doesn't think much of this. He thinks that he's just getting Eri out of there. But what he doesn't know is that he brought Eri straight to a police station, dropping her off, and before the police could even react, he was gone. He's back at the place, and Overhaul is currently fighting Night Eye and Mirio. Izuku walks in and, well, freezes both Night Eye and Mirio. "You know, it's pretty simple, you two. You will just, well, die here by the hands of me and Overhaul." Mirio tries to break free, but then sees in Izuku's eyes. He's lying. He's saying this for a reason. He makes it so Night Eye and Mirio are free. And, well, Overhaul doesn't realize this. Quickly, Overhaul is stunned by Izuku, and Night Eye and Mirio punch him in the gut and in the face and begin to, well, assault him, more or less, and attack him, eventually leading to his capture. Izuku smiles and says that he made the job easy for the heroes. Shouldn't they be grateful? And Mirio and Night Eye shake their heads and say that he's done some horrible things. "I know I have. That's why I'm turning myself in." He puts his hands out, and both of them are confused. He could get out if he wanted to. Izuku has all the space in the world to make sure he got out. And even Night Eye knows this. Nobody can really touch Izuku at this point. Not right now. Not without Aizawa and, well, the cooperation of him. But Izuku is just willingly getting himself cuffed. He gets cuffed, and Mirio's walking him out. "Why are you doing this?" "It's pretty simple. I don't care. Everything that I wanted to do is already done. As long as the people I care about are safe, it doesn't matter to me." By the way, the little girl that Overhaul had, her name's Eri. She's at the police station currently. I dropped her off there. Mirio looks at him confused. "You confuse me, man. Are you really a villain?" That's what society thinks. And that's what the police are gonna think when you bring me in. It's okay. You don't have to worry about me. Just make sure she's safe, okay?" Izuku smiles, and Mirio's even more confused. This kid, he's smiling in the face of imprisonment, incarceration. He's not coming out for a long time. There's very few things that would let him out. So they bring him in, and eventually he's cuffed and put in a prison cell. Nothing crazy. Izuku already promised not to touch anybody. He has no, well, intention of doing anything. He's the one that turned himself in. And the police even question him, asking why he would do that, and Izuku just puts his hands up. Has nothing else for me to do. I already helped the people I wanted to help. I don't need this world anymore. I hope these heroes can find the error of their ways, though, and, well, make this world what it should be. The police look at him oddly, and they even question themselves. This doesn't feel like they're incarcerating a villain. This feels like he's just a young boy that went through so much and had to figure it out all on his own. No mentorship, really. His mentorship was from somebody that also was a murderer, someone that killed fake heroes. He even helped somebody that, well, was deemed weird and odd by society. Even the police begin to question this, and their questions are all answered when Nezu and Aizawa walk up into, well, the prison. They ask to see Izuku, and they're obviously given the chance, and they begin talking to him. Hello, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya. Interesting. Haven't heard that name in a while. Midoriya. Kinda has an odd ring to it, don't you think? Izuku's just fine. Well, Izuku, do you really want to be in here? You mean in prison? I mean, of course not. But there's nothing else for me to do. And I can't go back to, well, my mentor. I can't go back to Stain, can't go back to Toga. It doesn't make sense for me. They begin questioning why it wouldn't, and he just explains that, well, the police will come, and he's done with fighting these heroes. There's really no reason for him to fight them anymore. That's interesting that you say that, Izuku. Kid, are you serious about not wanting to be a hero? Because we could make that happen. It'd be hard, don't get me wrong. A lot of convincing and you'd go through tons of struggle. But we could figure it out. Maybe. Look, Mr. Aizawa. It's honestly an honor that you think of me so highly. But I'm not the person you think I am. I have a lot of blood on my hands. Literally and figuratively. So, I just don't see myself as a hero. Kid, you may not see yourself as one, but I promise my class does. Izuku is confused and he asks what is he talking about. You were in my class once, and they, well, are pretty fond of you. Even the hotheads and the annoying ones. But most of them are pretty fond of you. What do you say? I'll give you one shot. That's it. And if you mess it up, you'll just be back here, like you want. Izuku slightly smiles. Okay. One shot to be a hero. With a quirk that is made for a villain. Sounds like an interesting chapter of my, well, life. Sounds good to me, kid. Sounds good to me. Well, I guess it's official. Let's get you into UA right now, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku Midoriya, the once boy that was pulled off the streets by the hero killer, brought in a blood-crazed maniac and made her, well, quote-unquote normal. Made her feel at home. He didn't want to go back to them. He didn't want to endanger them anymore. He was practically the #1 villain at this point, with the other ones captured. He didn't want them to feel as if they needed to step up their game or do anything out of the ordinary. He wanted them to live life how they saw fit. Izuku, even with all of this going on, he's always thought about another person other than himself. This is just who he was to the core. This idea bends through universes, through the multiverse. Izuku Midoriya, even if he had a blood quirk, he still thought of the people that he cared about most. And maybe this was even a reason why it drove him to become a hero. Maybe from the inside, he would be able to change hero society for the better. But that's not what this story is about. This story is over. Will Izuku Midoriya be that hero that he, well, everyone else thinks he can be? Maybe. Maybe so. But that's for another story. I hope y'all enjoyed this what if. What if Deku had a blood quirk? And if you did, make sure to leave a like, sub, and comment down below any suggestions for future what ifs. And I hope all y'all have an amazing day. Later.